Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The last day of March, already March 31st. Can you believe that? Quarter one coming to a close. I think a lot of us are happy about that. One of the worst quarters in crypto history that we ever experienced. How you doing today, though? Happy Monday.
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. Happy Monday to everyone out there. Time to check out the Monday Blues, hopefully with some cryptocurrency. Just make sure to like, repost, like, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. But yeah, man, I mean, we saw historically February was a good month for crypto. March is historically a good month.
Jeez.
What the hell?
Jeez. And we were looking good. October, historically, right? Pumptober. It turned out to be good. November was insane. December was great. January, for some of January, when did President Trump get inaugurated?
January 20th.
Okay, so the first 19 days of January were great. And then since then, it's been pretty atrocious, but we're still bullish here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's see what everybody's saying. Kayla's saying GM. Kayla's saying late again. Yes, it was Monday, though, and we had a pretty fun weekend. So we're...
Yeah.
Huh?
It's every day.
Yeah.
We're
a little bit late. What is the time? 11:09. Okay, we are. Today is a little bit well-deserved. A little bit late today. Jayhawk says, tis. I'm going to start taking bets on times. Well, we will rig the bets like the crypto casino is rigged.
Yeah.
And we'll start coming early or late depending on your times. Vinecoin making a comeback? Is that true?
Well, I don't know about comeback. A lot of these like small cap, not small cap, but these meme coins, they have a little bit of a comeback. I don't know if it'll ever hit all-time highs again, but yeah.
Yeah, the Vinecoin launched. I think it ran up to like a $450 million market cap.
That was crazy.
And then Jelly launched, and just ever since then.
Hey, we've been getting scammed so fucking hard lately. Jesus,
ever
absolutely
since then,
fucking wrecked.
It has been bad. But let's take a look at the markets today, guys. It looks like we have a little bit of a pump in the market this morning. I woke up at an $82,000 Bitcoin. And now we're at 83,422. What happened to Ethereum?
Yeah, that's a great question. I do have some news on Ethereum. We'll talk about that a little later in the stream. But you know what? It seems like the hype is dying down. And I think it has a lot to do with Vitalik being a big soy boy. Probably not. But more competition. The truth is, if people don't want to hear it, there's more competition and there's better places to build in the space. I
mean, in a bull run year, right? 2025, Ethereum's down 50%.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that's like a normal correction, right? I don't know if that's normal, because most tokens, even XRP, will take a look, even Bitcoin. Let's just take a look. So ETH is down close to 50% on the year, which is wild. Bitcoin's still in the green, up 18% on the year. XRP is probably up over 200% still on the year, 238% on the year. XRP is at $2.12.
Yeah.
And ETH has fallen off a cliff. What about tokens like Solana? Solana's still up on the year?
Yeah, Solana's been a pretty good coin for
Solana's actually down on the year. Wow, look at that. Down 35% of the year as well.
Well, that's, it did hit an all-time high over the last year, though. So we can
exactly.
give it credit.
Yeah. So Solana did hit an all-time high. ETH has not yet. BNB at 604. Dogecoin, $24 billion market cap.
All right, moving
Cardano has fallen down significantly at 65 cents. Tron actually still holding a... Tron is like one of the only tokens that's still above where we were at last week. And Toncoin. Toncoin's at $4.05.
Yeah.
It was at $2.20 earlier this month. So Toncoin holding strong. Tron holding strong. Chainlink at $13. Stellar Lumens is at 26 cents. Looks like we have a massive flipping. Look at this right here. Yeah, it was Stellar and HBAR for all of March. HBAR was the 15th ranked cryptocurrency. HBAR is down 14% on the week.
Yeah.
Now below a $7 billion market cap. Not looking good for Hedera. Avalanche at $18. Shiba Inu at a $7.3 billion market cap. Sui at a $7.2 billion market cap. Polkadot is at $4. I might just have to sell my Polkadot, honestly, at this point. Like, I don't know if there's any hope in there. And we'll round it off with Pepe, probably below a $3 bill.
Yeah.
Right at a $3 bill.
That's actually
so I think we ran to a 3.6 earlier this month, and now we're back to a $3 bill. So might be time to enter into the Pepe markets again. I still do believe we are in a bull run, and Pepe obviously going to be one of the best tokens that we have here today in the meme coin space. So crypto not looking great this week, but obviously it's a big week for crypto, right?
It's tariffs, big tariff news coming.
2 days away.
Yeah, and it seems like, I don't know, the geopolitical situation is not seeing, like the general gist I get from like what's going on around the world with wars and stuff is that Trump's not too happy with Russia right now. I guess there was some escalation and strikes, and then we heard, obviously, you think about European countries are, trying to, I wouldn't say disassociate themselves from the United States, but like want to be more self-reliant, and their interests are in continuing the war in Russia, which is not good. Obviously, Canada is, we're beefing with them. We're beefing with everybody. And it's an interesting interesting time in space right now, just in politics and just the geopolitical situation. It doesn't seem like things are getting better when we thought they were. I mean, the Israel-Palestine conflict is ramping back up. So all of the kind of like the ecstasy we had when Trump first got inaugurated, it seems like a lot of those things aren't just coming into. I mean, all these things, all positive things could happen all at once, and it could send the markets. But right now, it just seems like we're in a weird state of flux for sure.
Yeah, it's a strange place to be in the cryptocurrency space. But my strategy, which has worked out so far the past 7 years, is to buy the dips and hold. And yeah, I think it's a big week, for crypto. Obviously, the end of a quarter, right? So all of these different stocks and crypto projects trying to close the monthly candle strong, the quarter strong, and we shall see. But yeah, we're 2 days away from tariffs, which are they still going into effect April 2nd?
Yep.
And like, what are they? We have China, sure, Canada,
and just reciprocal tariffs on anyone who's charging us tariffs and stuff like that. So just a lot of different things in play. So we'll see. Obviously this is going to hurt everyone, not just the United States. Like all the people that are part of this whole trade war, it's going to hurt them, and probably a lot more than people are going to feel here in the United States. Now, obviously, there's people that live in a bubble that a lot of these things won't affect them, but at the same time, there are people. I mean, these sorts of economic situations, you really hurt the people at the bottom, right? The people that are really budgeting and scraping by and, are trying to feed themselves and their family and those sorts of things. So yeah, might see some pain.
How's the chat feeling? Let's take it to the chat, guys. How are you guys feeling today? What's your sentiment? And I want to actually look at the CoinMarketCap Fear and Greed Index. It's got to be down. Yep. So we were in the yellow. I'm pretty sure we were in the yellow or like bright orange.
Yeah.
Now we're at 24 fear. And I can feel that, right? When you're looking at the charts, everything's down significantly. H-bar goes from a $10+ billion market cap down below a $7 billion market cap. Gets flipped by AVAX, SHIB, SWI, and other tokens. And ETH at $1,800. How's the chat feeling, though? Let us know in the comments, guys. I want to see how you guys are feeling. Anyone still bullish out there? Is everybody kind of holding the line? Let's see. Jayhawk says, glad I have a good job because it's going to get bad. So Jayhawk not feeling very, very bullish. Art Caffeine, though.
Feeling bullish. Art Caffeine.
Always giga bullish here.
Yeah.
Let's see what else everybody is saying. XRP to $1.20.
Ooh, I could see that. I could see that if we have a big dip.
Yeah.
I don't see 50 cents, but I could definitely see $1.20.
Yeah, I was watching Blockchain Backer. He says that if XRP goes down to $1.89, it will be the first time that he takes profits on XRP. He says if it goes down to $1.89, things are going to get very, very shaky. And he's saying, look, I mean, I had a chance to sell above $3. I didn't sell. But if it goes down to $1.89, it's probably going to get much, much, much worse. And then also for the Russell 2000, his price point. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Russell 2000.
That's interesting, because, there's a lesson in that story. Like sometimes you're up, but then sometimes you got to pay attention to the market. And maybe you haven't got the opportunity to take a lot of profit, but any profit's good profit. Any profit's
good profit, yeah, especially when you get in 30 cents or whatever he got into. But pull this up. So this is the Russell 2000. And this is his number that he has on the week, right? By the end of the week, if we close below 1950, he believes that it's going to get very, very shaky for stocks, crypto, and the entire world. So for those that don't know, the Russell 2000 index is a small cap U.S. stock market index that makes up the smallest 2,000 stocks in the Russell index. It was started by the Frank Russell Company in 1984. And this usually has a pretty good indicator of what's going to take place in the crypto markets. But we did see it all the way up above close to $2,500 all-time high. And now we're at 1996. So those two numbers are two numbers to keep an eye on. If XRP does dip below 189, hits 188, could get shaky. And then also the Russell 2000 closing this week below 1950. Two things to keep our eyes on. And Megan has a good point. We are in a different cycle. This is a completely different cycle than we've ever seen before.
I think this is the same 4-year cycle.
We could be.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, in 2021, we did have a correction and then we shot up to all-time highs. So, a lot of people that are much better at reading charts than me online, which I kind of just like regurgitate some of the information.
Yeah.
They still do believe that we are in a bull run. We still have one more leg up, but they're all saying this is a massive, massive, massive week for crypto and the stock markets together.
Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, I'm taking everything in, I think long-term, obviously like, big bullish on crypto. There's a lot of like big long-term news we'll talk about today, but let's do a nice little segue over to Ethereum. Now we talked about this when we were going over the price action today. It says right here, breaking Ethereum 24-hour revenue drops below $100,000. BonkBot. Okay. And MicroStrategy, which I get their bots are whooping.
Maestro's good though, but so what does this mean for people watching at home?
Pretty much the revenue trading on Ethereum now.
So just trading on the chain is below $97,000 in revenue. That is insane. I want to find what the all-time high was, probably in the millions.
Oh yeah, it is dominating. Check this out. So Bloomberg article states that
that's bad.
Ethereum developers have been fleeing. Early followers are angry, and the token and the token on the network Ether has lagged both Bitcoin and its smaller competitors. But after capturing the imagination of both corporate America and Wall Street, Buterins project is now struggling to deliver on its early promise as it enters into the second decade. Having fallen out of step in an industry transformed by an embrace of Donald Trump, developers have been fleeing, early followers are angry, and the token on the network Ether has lagged both Bitcoin and smaller competitors. Now, what's interesting about this, right, is that, before I thought that, hey, maybe, Ethereum was going to have its day. But at the same time, I also think that there's just more competition now. And we, like I always say, we can't, if you want to just minimize my screen, you can't look past the fact that most people are choosing other places to build, and NFTs are not as hot. And, ERC20 tokens are just not as hot as they were. There's more competition in the space. I mean, Solana was always there, but it wasn't used on the scale.
Yeah, that's probably the main reason, right? I mean, you have so many good blockchains out there. You have AVAX, you have HBAR, you have XRP, you have Solana, you have Sweep. You have a lot more competition in 2025, but that doesn't mean that they didn't do a good job, right? They didn't. Like Vitalik Buterin has not really done as good of a job as he did back in 2021, right? There's been a lot of FUD with the ETH Foundation, and when they appointed who was the lady? Wasn't she appointed as the president? She was like a chairman. It was recently. It was like 2 months. We covered the news, but she was appointed as the president of ETH, and everyone's like, "This is a terrible decision."
No, I didn't see anything about that. Yeah,
I think we covered it. Yeah, we covered it on here. I'll find it in just a second. But ultimately, these articles, though, being written by Bloomberg, sometimes are a decent catalyst, right? Sometimes FUD is okay. FUD is okay. ETH founders fleeing. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you ask most people who hold ETH, I think ETH's definitely my largest holding. It's probably your largest holding. It's probably most people that are watching this. And I don't think many people are super bullish on ETH. Doesn't mean it's not going to have a good 2025, but right now it's not looking bright for Ethereum as it was in 2021, 2022, 2023. It's looking kind of bleak, if you ask me.
Yeah. And one thing we should keep in mind, when it comes to Ethereum, and I just lost my train of thought right now. I'm thinking about this right here. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing, in my opinion, has to be like the competition. And this is what I was going with this. When there's a bunch of like FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt right now, it feels like the biggest news headlines are like the ones that are FUD, all this negative stuff. I do want to check this out because this is interesting. So this may be a case to this may be like a reason to, maybe pardon CZ. So Trump pardons 3 BitMEX crypto exchange co-founders and ex-employees. So prosecutors accused of the men of effectively operating BitMEX as a money laundering platform, and its purported withdrawal from the U.S. market was a sham. So that was interesting. So pretty much the same thing, right, that you could say that CZ, got in trouble for. I mean, these guys are going to get pardons for. Now, I don't know if he will pardon them, but this is interesting. So check this out. Prosecutors accused the men of effectively operating BitMEX as a money laundering platform, and its purportedly withdrawal from the U.S. market was a sham. Trump issues pardon on Thursday, more than 3 months after BitMEX was sentenced to pay a fine of $100 million for violating the Bank Secrecy Act by failing to establish and maintain an anti-money laundering and know your customer programs. So that's interesting, right? So Arthur Hayes said, thank you. So he said in the tweet, thank you, POTUS. So this is the same thing that, got CZ in trouble, some of the things, because the truth, a lot of these, centralized exchanges don't do the best on the KYC process, but, it's crypto, man. We want to be anonymous. Now I think that's a positive piece of news for CZ, but then is crime legal again? So check this out, Jake, which, yeah, it is. Justin, Hawk to a Haley girl. Actually, she just came back after 4 months of like being away from all social media, even her own podcast, which was like the number 3 podcast at the time, which 4 months is crazy. It could be career suicide, I think. But Hawk to a girl, Haley Welsh, says SEC closed its investigation into her crypto meme coin that crashed 95% hours at launch. She says they will not pursue any charges or monetary sanctions. Now, I think that if this was the old SEC, they would have made an example out of her. But the fact that we have a new administration here, and to be honest, I know we want to blame her, but I think it was the people around her. She doesn't know what the fuck crypto is. No. She tried to, though. Hey, Mr. Saylor, this is my little meme coin, that kind of shit. She reminds me of Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob, which I still think Haley Welch is precious. But, I feel like the people around her were just bad. But interesting.
Seems like she got taken advantage of, with this meme coin. So are the people around her going to get in trouble? Because obviously,
nobody's getting in trouble.
Yeah. Really? I mean, obviously, someone did something wrong. Like if a token crashes 95% in an hour, someone did something wrong. But we were saying that too, that it probably wasn't her necessarily, because she doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency. But it seems like the people that launched her project, like someone made money, right? That money doesn't disappear in thin air. Sunja says it's tax season, which it is. Unfortunately, I think we go lower short term by the fear. I think we rebound hard towards the quarter 3, quarter 4, so towards the end of the year.
Yeah, we still have go ahead.
No, and I probably agree. It's like a lot of people are pulling profits to pay taxes by April 15th.
Yeah, it sucks too when it's down too. Sometimes, sometimes you got to sell your position.
It's usually what happens though.
I feel it.
Yeah, usually like right around like April 15th when we pay taxes, and the late taxes are due November 15th. You usually have some sort of a pullback because people are cashing out.
Yeah. Check this out. So a little more into this. So Hawk2A coin investigation is over. The suit alleged that the creators behind the coin were negligent because they didn't get approval to launch a coin. Haley's attorney, James Sala, says the SEC closed the investigation without making any findings against or seeking any monetary sanctions from Haley because they did not bring any actions against her. There are no restrictions on what she can do in regards to crypto or securities in the future.
Oh, God, not another coin.
Right. Sources tell TMZ that she parted ways with the LLC behind the coin, though, and she won't be supporting it or promoting it going forward.
Is it still live? Is it still going?
I mean, it's never not going.
It probably had a pump after this news.
Maybe it never, in DeFi, it's always there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get it, man. I get it. It's a tough situation. A lot of people got wrecked, but like, my thing is like, really, nigga, you didn't know buying Hawk2A was not going to be a long-term play. It's like these people get so upset, like no crying in the casino. You know what I mean? You know what you're getting.
Yeah, I was in Miami for that one. It was the day of the base Brett party, so I'm happy I missed it. But I remember I got one in. It launched, and I think it was like an hour or two, right? Like it was a quick pull, like quick rug pull.
Oh, it was quick. Yeah,
it was like within like 2 hours, it was done.
Remember us looking at the website live though? We were like, what?
Yeah, it was terrible. So I think it's good. At least that she's not getting in trouble. She didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, I mean, if you buy the Hawk2A coin, you swap US dollars for Hawk2A coin, you should probably expect to get rubbed.
Yeah, that's kind of situation, that I'm just like, yeah, whatever. All right, I mean, it's like, figure it out. So Peter Schiff, dunking on crypto again, says the false narrative that Bitcoin is digital gold has been explained. He just said it was digital gold not too long ago.
Yep.
Growth is slowing, inflation is rising, and stagflation fears spread. Tariff uncertainty is adding to the pressure. Financial markets, gold hits record highs as Bitcoin crashes, which is a good point. Gold hit record highs, but Bitcoin,
why does he hate crypto so much?
I think he does. He's just engagement farming, in my opinion. I think he's just a big engagement farmer.
He hates crypto. He just dunks on crypto. He's like one of the only people that just dunks on crypto religiously.
Yeah, but you know what? So many people engage with him. He gets millions of views per post. Of course he's gonna keep talking. I'd be talking shit all the time.
You can't switch up now. You think he owns crypto? You think he owns Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think he made a Bitcoin wallet for people to send him Bitcoin.
Did anybody send it?
Yeah, they did. And one wallet said like "fuck you," like the name.
Trolling him.
Yeah, the name was "fuck you" on the wallet. So that was interesting. That whole situation was pretty interesting. We have some more news. I don't know if you want to sidebar into anything else, but. This is from BlackRock. Check this out. So BlackRock CEO Larry Fink warns dollar at risk of losing reserve currency status to Bitcoin. Can Bitcoin eat away at the U.S. dollar's reserve status? And this is, I think, the main reason why, the government wanted to get rid of Bitcoin in the first place, or just stomp it out of existence or try to, even though if you read the Internet of Money or listen to the audiobook, that you can't really get rid of it, obviously, right? The U.S. has benefited from the dollar serving as the world's reserve currency for decades, but that's not guaranteed to last forever. The national debt has grown at 3 times the pace of GDP since time Square's debt clock started ticking in 1989. This year, interest payments will surpass $952 billion, exceeding defense spending. By 2030,
Crazy.
mandatory government spending and debt service will consume all federal revenue, creating a permanent deficit, which, I mean, the thing is, like, if we get a permanent, that's why, DOGE and Elon Musk are so big in cutting spending because they don't want this to happen. If the U.S. doesn't get its debt in control, if its deficit keeps ballooning, America risks losing its position to digital assets like Bitcoin. Interesting statement from Larry Fink.
Yeah, top dog too. I was watching Fox News last night. They interviewed the whole DOGE team. So it was Elon, the co-founder of Airbnb, and a bunch of other like billionaires are on the DOGE team, and they were just kind of breaking down why DOGE is important, because I think DOGE is probably getting the most hate out of any, any governmental organization, but like any company, if you want to call it that we've ever seen before. Like they're getting so much hate, and Elon's like, instead of attacking DOGE, just pick one thing that you don't agree with us cutting spending on, and we'll talk about it.
No,
like,
we can't do that.
It's nothing.
That's
it's just Elon, they're abusing constitutional powers. He's trying to get himself richer. But they had, they're all geniuses that are coming from Silicon Valley. Like it's like a CFO from a company who's implementing that into the U.S. government. It's people who review contracts and they're implementing that, and like they're cutting just fraudulent spending.
Yeah,
they had an example. The U.S. government sends out a survey to its citizens. It cost $1 billion to send out a survey where you could use SurveyMonkey and do it for $10,000. And like the survey that they were sending out was coming back to no reply email. So they weren't even getting it. It's just like you're wasting billions of dollars on billions of dollars. So I personally think Doge is good. I don't know why anyone besides, unless you watch the media, could think otherwise.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I also saw something where they had they're hiring IRS agents, and their only job their only job was to hand out like guns and like laptops to like different
laptops. 1,400 IRS agents.
Yeah, it's like
to hand off laptops,
and that's costing lots of money.
Yeah, I mean they all probably make 70, 80K a year, right? Times 1,400. Then if they were all doing their job every day with the amount of IRS agents, they could only hand out laptops, provisioning, I think it's called, to 2 employees a day. It's like we're wasting so much money. So I don't know why do you think the media hates Doge so much?
Because they hate. Okay, here's the thing with Elon Musk. They hate Elon Musk and they hate Doge because he was a big supporter of Trump, and he was probably one of the people to push him over the top, I would say, because even though he won the popular vote, it wasn't by that much, but even though he won I mean, some of the states are pretty big, but if you think about in the grand scheme of things, like we're pretty split on the country when it comes to Trump and Kamala Harris. It was pretty close, right? But he was like the deciding factor, in my opinion. And, now he's in government and people hate him. And the media, first of all, I think a lot of it is for clicks and just outrage and stuff like that. I think, unfortunately, with the media, it's like they don't give a shit about what's good. They give a shit about what sells, what people want to watch, and all this outrage culture and making everything racist and making everything about Nazis and shit. That's going to get them the most views. And now they're targeting Tesla, and now they're targeting SpaceX, laughing when his rocket blows up in the air, not acknowledging that he saved the astronauts that were stuck in space,
Crazy.
Not acknowledging that, Teslas for in the grand scheme of things are better for the environment, which the left is super big on, and it's crazy. You have, Elon Musk's son or daughter now going on Hassan's podcast talking about how he's saying that occupying Mars is a scam. It's a marketing scheme. It's like when this guy says he wants to occupy Mars, I think he does. Like he thinks of like that grand vision, but it's just the media is really fucking going after this guy. And it's because his values align with Trump's, even though if you listen to Elon Musk in these interviews, it seems like he's really just trying to help save our country.
I would think so. Did you see what Jimmy Kimmel said about Teslas? We're on Teslas. Look at this clip here. This is Jimmy Kimmel talking about Teslas.
President Elon Musk sent a SpaceX vehicle to bring the astronauts back. And when they landed, he fired them immediately upon landing. Tesla stock is way down, almost disastrously so.
They're cheering.
That's crazy.
Listen to what he says about Teslas.
Vandalizing Tesla vehicles, new Tesla vehicles. Please don't vandalize. Don't ever vandalize Tesla vehicles. And so
crazy.
Even that though, right? Like he's obviously inciting people to go vandalize Tesla
and
vehicles.
People are doing it. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like that's a big show at night, and all these fucking mindless, dumbass drones are gonna be like, okay, that's a good idea.
And clapping though, like I don't know why anyone is clapping when American citizens, not Elon Musk, yes, he owns a large amount of Tesla, but like American citizens, everyday people have put money into Tesla. But cheering for it to go down is wild. Like Tim Walz did it, Jimmy Kimmel's doing it, his crowd is doing it. It's beyond. It's crazy to think that people would cheer for that.
Yeah, Neko ETH says Kimmel is a hack, bro. Yeah, he's just one of these guys who, is crying out the election like, daughters have less reproductive rights. I get that. Like, in my opinion, I don't give a shit about abortion. Give it 0 shits. Don't care. You want to fucking, don't need it. Fucking pop, get rid of your fucking, yeet, homicide your baby, whatever. Don't care. Stop. But, it's like, this guy, he's just pandering fucking weirdo Hollywood lunatic that people think they can relate to, and they think they can relate to the average person like The View, and they live in a fucking bubble. They're not us. They're multi-millionaires. You know what I mean? That live in a fucking weird bubble that everyone shares the same opinion, and it's absolutely crazy.
Let's see how much he makes. Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, I bet you it's ridiculous.
His net worth is 50 million.
Yeah.
So he's making money. He's going to say whatever they tell him to say. Whatever the script writers write, he's going to be saying.
Sure, I do the same. You hired me for the late night show. You tell me, I'll say it too. Hell yeah. Money changes everything, bro.
He's making 15 million a year to host the Jimmy Kimmel show.
That's a bag.
It's a bag. So you'll say whatever they tell you to say.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, if it is him doing some off-putting shit. And a lot of these guys, yeah, the Ape Life says Kimmel also sits down when he pees. Yeah. I like Antonio Brown's always roasting him on X. But yeah, I mean, these shows are just so bad for people, I think. It's just crazy. And look I'm not like I'm going to call out Trump here too. Okay, third term situation. That is so fucking retarded. Trump is asking, he's saying he wants to do a third term.
Where did he say that? Did he tweet it? Did he say it on like a?
He said he's not taking that out of the pot. He's like, yeah, I'm not
he just says shit.
Realm possibility.
He says shit.
Yeah, but don't say shit like that.
Because you can't. I mean, how do you even do that, right? It has to go through Congress and the Senate. It's like,
yeah, but
no president's ever going to serve a third term, in my opinion. I don't think it's in our Constitution.
Yeah, but don't fucking say that.
We have that for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have a king, a dictator that rules.
Yeah, exactly. But like, if you want to take him at his word, and he's been pretty solid to his word, just don't say stupid shit like that.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
and these are coming from like 2 Trump supporters that we should not have a third term. If your values, which make America great again, will probably live on long after Trump.
Yeah,
JD Vance can continue it, right? But we don't need a third term because that's a slippery slope, right? That leads to some dictator stuff, right? Because after the third term, guess what? You might need a 4th term and then a 5th term. So I think the 2-term limit in America is great, and we probably need that in Congress too. But like, I get it. Why is Nancy Pelosi allowed to serve her 36th year in Congress? 36th year. Wild. So yeah, 2-term limit. We should have. Neko says he can't. He can't technically, but I guess, if you get it passed in Congress, you probably can.
Yeah, he's probably just for sure he's trolling, but it's like, don't troll like that, dude. Just stick to the policies and shit like that. That makes people mad enough, I do want to share this real quick. So interesting statements from Mr.
Listen, one of the big issues in this last election was Bitcoin and crypto. I am the leading defender of Bitcoin and the leading defender of crypto in the United States Senate, and the left hates Bitcoin and crypto. Elizabeth Warren hates Bitcoin and crypto for the same reason communist China does.
Why?
Because government can't control it. And Kaylee, that's why I love it.
Ooh, isn't that base or is that base, bro? Is that fucking base or not? Yeah.
They do. I mean, like, she ran on an anti-crypto campaign, and it's crazy because she won on an anti-crypto campaign. Crypto's not bad. Crypto doesn't hurt anybody.
No.
Crypto is, I mean, we pulled up the numbers from Google, right? Which could be a biased search engine. The amount of money that is used for money laundering and crime from cash is 33% today. The amount of money or the amount of crypto that is used for money laundering and cash is 0.3%. So, but the crazy thing with the media is, and these politicians, if you say something enough, it becomes true.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. And, the whole war on crypto and stuff and the whole memes of her whispering into Gary Gensler's ear and shit like that was absolutely hilarious. But who's not bearish on crypto? Our boy Michael Saylor. Let me present my screen real quick. So Micro Saylor, famous. He's buying the dip, actually. So check this out. So post from Watcher Guru says, Justin, Michael Saylor Strategies buys Michael Saylor Strategy.
So crazy.
Buys 2,000 Bitcoin worth about 1.9 billion. Right here it says, Saylor's MicroStrategy has acquired 22,000 more Bitcoin for $192 billion at $86,000 per Bitcoin, bringing its total holdings to 528
crazy
Bitcoin worth $35 billion.
Crazy. So much money.
Yeah.
So much money. 35 billion. So he now owns over 2.5%.
Michael, let me get a couple.
This play. Does he have any strategy? Like, is there any strategy, or is it just kind of just buy?
Well, MicroStrategy. You know what? That's a great point. I think that he's so bullish on Bitcoin that, I think like he sees like things that a lot of people don't see or don't want to see or just can't see with Bitcoin. And he's just so orange pilled that he can't really, I think operate any other way. Like, he's top blasting, he's buying the dip right now. And he sees something in Bitcoin like a lot of people don't, he believes, easy for people like that to, I mean, he's taking a risk. Obviously there's no risk, but you know what? I mean, everything you read about motivation and shit and people making it in life, like everything's a risk,
Crazy. So 528,000 Bitcoin worth $35 billion. Is this ever going to turn out to be a bad play for Michael Saylor?
If the market dumps, if he gets liquidated, yeah.
I mean,
it gets to a point where he's fucked.
But he's not trying to be a good investor with it, right? Like, he's not doing a Warren Buffett where it's like you buy low, you wait for he cashes out, you wait for the market to crash, you buy more Apple, you buy more Microsoft. Like, that's what Warren Buffett does, right?
Yeah.
Michael Saylor's just buying all-time highs. I'm pretty sure he bought over $100,000.
Yeah.
Like, the price point of Bitcoin was over $100,000. He was top blasting then.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. I agree. I mean, this guy is just buying it. Now, I got a text from an old friend. Jake's not too happy about this. It says this. Let me know if the chat agrees with me. he said that things are going to get worse. He used to be in crypto in the meme coin space. He did a trading channel for a little bit. He says, and I said, these tariff situations are going to make the market worse. And he goes, this is what he says. So pretty much he thinks there's some manipulation going on, which a lot of people like have the sneaking suspicion, right? It says, now I think Trump is dumping the market on purpose to force the Fed to cut rates. Once the Fed pivots, all the wealthy can buy back in for a cheaper price.
Could be true.
Yeah.
Could be true. I mean, that's what a lot of people were saying before. It's like they're trying to crash the markets. And this is just some stuff that you see online. They're saying that they're trying to crash the market so all the billionaire friends can get in early and make more money, which could be true. But I think that, look, you have to trust, if you voted for Trump, right? You have to trust that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He understands that these negotiation tactics are going to work. He understands how tariffs are going to work. And I really do believe, and I think most people, whether you like Trump or not, you can agree that his ego is tied to the economy.
Oh, yeah.
Now the crypto markets, because he's really taken such a big role, like he's the godfather of crypto, and also the stock markets. And I just don't see any world, if he has control over it, that the stock market, the economy, and the crypto markets are worse than when he takes office. Now, we might have some pain in the interim, but I just don't see, by the time he's done with his term, his second term, hopefully his last term, that stocks, crypto, and the economy are not in a better spot than when he took over.
Yeah, I think so. It's an interesting spot for like you said, he's very egocentric and narcissistic, which all successful, really hyper successful people are super narcissistic and kind of assholes. That's how they win.
Yeah,
people don't like it, but that's a lot of how those people win. And I definitely think that, like you said, there's no way in any situation where he doesn't. We don't see the market pumping. And to be honest, when Jerome Powell didn't announce any rate cuts, he was like, we should cut rates. He was saying that.
When's the next meeting? Is it the next FOMC meeting?
It's very soon. Yeah, a couple months, right? Or about a month, or a couple months. So check this out. This is interesting too. So Tommy Lee predicts Bitcoin could hit 150K plus as central banks ease and quantitative tightening ends. So pretty much this is them, pretty much they're gonna lower interest rates and whatnot, right? And turn the money printers back on. So what do you think about this?
Let's play it. Let's give it a listen.
To be stacking?
I think so.
You do at 80.
Yeah, I think, part of this was Bitcoin seasonally was just not going to be attractive until after March ends. And now we're finally exiting March. And so I think not only is the calendar looking better, but as you're saying, Fed and central banks are easing, QT's ending. I think that with positive Washington sort of tailwinds means I think Bitcoin can do well to the end of the year.
Right. People love it when I ask you what your year-end target is on Bitcoin.
Yeah,
It makes people very excited.
Yes, and I mean,
one crazy high again.
I think it's still 150 or higher as possible. Okay. I know it doesn't feel like it, but once we get through this tariff and that agenda around tariffs, markets can look forward to things that could be positive.
To be.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of a thing that the sentiment we're all kind of sharing. We talk about the tariffs are second worst, second least favorite, T word next to trans. And just fucking with you guys out there. If you're trans out there, we love you. I don't love you, but someone else does.
I love you. I love him. But yeah, tariffs. I mean, so essentially what Tom Lee's saying, if you trust Tom Lee, he's made billions of dollars. He's saying survive, and he's still bullish on crypto.
Yeah.
But this tariff thing is I was thinking about this in the shower today. I was like, this is my shower thoughts. I was like, well, they suck for crypto, right? It sucks for stocks. It sucks for the economy short term, but it is better for America. I mean, tariffs are bringing in lots of money, but it's funny how tariffs didn't really affect the crypto markets as much in 2017 when Trump was in office for the first time as they are now. And I think it's because of, think about it. It's been what?
Yeah.
It's been 7 years since then. And so many more people are now investing. So many more people are online. So many more people are on Twitter and X and Instagram, and news spreads so much quicker that I think it's reaching the mind share of people much longer. And I think that you just see the word tariff and you get scared, you get shaken out. But most people are still bullish on crypto. I'm still bullish on crypto. I still think that we're going to survive. And I think that we just have to survive. That's it. The word is survive. Word of the day is survive. The word of the month. The word of 2025 has been survive. Hopefully April is looking a little bit better. I mean, it can't get much worse, right? It can't get much worse than February and March.
Yeah, no. I mean, who knows, right? Who fucking knows? But yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's been something we're looking at. Obviously, we thought it was a big negotiating tactic, but it looks like they're actually going through. So yeah. Home, see, move the podcast booth to the bathroom. Okay, wife. All right, so check this out. So the Trump's still heavy in on crypto, right? We did see an article earlier. I'm going to try to break it down for you guys. But it says Donald J. Trump and Eric Trump to invest in a Bitcoin mining company. So the Trumps are getting into, Bitcoin. And this article came out this morning. The Trump family is cashing in on crypto. It's creating problems in Congress. So the latest Trump family crypto venture is becoming a hitch in GOP efforts to win Democratic support for digital assets legislation. So I thought this was interesting because I think it's so obvious that the Trumps are understanding that this is going to be Trump's last term. A lot of them are pro crypto, and they like to make money. Mm-hmm. That's why when Trump was
a lot of money,
he was talking about the strategic Bitcoin reserve, saying never sell your Bitcoin. He's like, I don't know who said that.
Yep.
Because
it is kind of stupid, and I say the same shit because it's like if Bitcoin continues to go up forever, right?
Yeah,
it makes sense to never sell it. But Trump's like, why would you never sell it? The guy sold multiple hotels, businesses, golf course. Like he understands that in order to make money, you have to sell. But yeah, I think long term the Trumps are good for crypto. I think David Sachs is good for crypto. We're just going through these, like they just happen to take over right when their dad, the president, announced all these tariffs that kind of shook up, not even just shaking up the America's economy, but it's really shaking up the world's economy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Trumps, like obviously they've expressed interest in crypto. Like obviously they run on pro crypto sentiment. They, pretty much, the whole crypto community supports them. I think it was like 70, 80%, something like that. We saw, Trump coin, Melania, World Liberty Finance, the fact that, the Trumps will come out and say, now's a good time to buy Ethereum, which is at $3,000.
Yeah, $2,700. Not the best time.
Well,
but
long term.
Yeah, I mean, like that tweet will look good long term.
Hopefully,
we hope.
It's Ethereum, yeah, we hope.
Ethereum is looking fucking bleak.
So to me, it's not surprising the Trumps are trying to make money any way they can, and a big place, and I think a big transfer of wealth is going to come from crypto. That's why you should do as these motherfuckers do, because they're trying to pump it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I want to pull up this story here. This is interesting. It's geopolitical, not our politics, not America, but kind of interesting. So Marine Le Pen is currently the front runner to be the next president of France if they held the elections today. So what did the left in France do? They banned her from running and sentenced her to 4 years in prison on BS charges. The left is to Bolsonaro, Trump, Imran Khan, Matteo Salvini, Calin Georgescu, and more. Why? Populists beat them, and the modern left are criminals who would do anything to win.
Wow.
There should be blanket economic sanctions on the elite leftists in France until it stops. So are you familiar with this?
I did see news from Putin saying that
what should get found guilty on?
Funds her finance. Yeah, I don't fucking know what these motherfuckers
embezzling European funds to finance her French far-right National Rally Party.
Wow, yeah, that sounds like some made-up shit.
And she was found guilty too.
Oh, of course she is. Yeah. I think Putin said like they're not very democratic. That's not a very democratic move. That's what I've heard.
If this is true, I mean, it just sounds fishy, right? I know nothing about this, but it does sound fishy.
I like the whole story,
Yeah, I mean, French far-right leader Marine Le Pen barred from running for public office for 5 years. Well, that's pretty an interesting timeline, right? So not this election cycle, but not the next election cycle, 5 years. So I'd be pretty, if I was in France, I'd be a little bit interested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no, not BitBoy.
I did see a...
what's he doing now?
The comment from Rascor says, where's BitBoy? BitBoy is in jail right now, but someone's running his account. Now,
are they? Pull it up. Let's see what he's got.
We have some poetry. Here we go. A digital king in wealth untold. A rival's words both brash and bold. The clock ticks down, the crowd will see. What cold end comes from the... Dude, he's fucking losing.
But that's not him, right?
No, someone running his account, but he's probably on the phone. Through chains of blocks, my fortune flows. Yet one's loud voice stirs up my woes. In public squares of a quiet den, what fate awaits when we meet again? I think Cassie dumped him, by the way. The market hums, my power reigns, but one mouth dares to break my chains. No hype, just truth. The stage is set. Who feels the chill of my regret?
He is losing it.
And then, guys, check this out. Ben is flattered by the time and effort his supporters put into launching the BitBoy token in his honor. This nigga launched it. If you'd like to free BitBoy, please
pull it up. Let's see that. I want to see where it's at.
Oh my!
Pull it up. I got to see where it's at.
Woodrug. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Ant. If you guys don't follow this guy, he's fucking absolutely actual wizard.
I got to see where the market cap is of his token.
Give me a second. Can you minimize my screen?
And this launched on March 30th. So while he was out to raise funds, and he was promoting some other one called like.
Can you minimize my screen for a second?
It was called like Whacked or some shit.
Yes, something like that.
Whacked. It rugged. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, you can pull it back up here.
BitBoy, man. Oh, the downfall was so real.
I know, dude. Huh? Oh, maybe it's on Pump Fund and it hasn't graduated yet.
No way.
Yeah.
I
Damn.
think so. That's crazy.
Wait, did I get the whole? Yeah.
If it was Pump Fund, it would say
It would have pump in it.
No, but if they don't graduate, they don't get on here.
Try Dex Tools.
They have to graduate.
Try Dex Tools. See if it's on there.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It should be on Dex Screener. It's probably be on Dex. Yeah, because it has to graduate from Pump Fund, which would be crazy. I mean, I remember it wasn't too long ago. You can pull my screen again when he was promoting or asking for money for donations when he got absolutely wrecked. Yeah, no Paris found. It just didn't graduate. It's on Pump Fund still.
That's crazy.
No, you're right. It would say Pump in the
say
contract.
Pump.
Maybe it's a protocol. What the fuck happened?
Here's some breaking tariff news for you. Just in China, Japan, and South Korea agreed to jointly respond to U.S. tariffs. Ooh. I think our tariffs, like he mentioned South Korea in the joint address, and he said like they're charging us like 200% tariffs on cars. So I don't know. This tariff shit is wild. Wild. It is wild. It's actually pretty interesting though. Like I hope that we make it through it and like everything's good for the U.S. and crypto and whatnot. But like being in the tariff trenches, it's wild.
Yeah.
Imagine being Trump though. But I think it is just like hardball negotiation.
You give a fuck. Yeah.
Hardball. And these countries obviously don't like it, but I think that the world would be a better place without tariffs in it today.
Yeah.
But long term, I think it could be better for America. And I would imagine, like, dude, we have what, 350 million people? We buy so much stuff from Japan, so much stuff from China, so much stuff from South Korea. So I really do believe that these countries need us more than we need them.
Yeah, absolutely. And some shit right here. Check this out. So we saw this the other day. So President Trump says he's, quote, very angry and pissed off at Putin, threatening secondary tariffs on all oil coming out of Russia.
What did Putin do?
I don't know. President Trump's announces new pharmaceutical tariffs.
On who?
I don't know.
On Americans. Fuck it. Just tariff everybody.
All whatever pharmaceutical stuff coming into the United States, we're marketing up and whatnot.
Well, now's a good time. Obviously, we're recording this live stream in my house. And Rodney, I do want to announce a 50% tariff on you. For the studio. I want to do a 50%. And Coach,
100%.
I'm going to tax you 100% for running the stream just because it's a great stream and we're going to tax you. So tariffs on everybody. I'm going to start tariffing people, honestly. I think it's a thing to do.
You get a tariff. Everybody gets
Everybody. He's like Oprah, just handing out tariffs.
Yeah.
Tariffs are cooking us, though, honestly.
Actually, yeah, we're actually getting that. I ain't going to lie. We're getting cooked.
ETH. I think Trump did a tariff on ETH, too. ETH is getting cooked right now.
Or something, dude. Check this out. So this is interesting. And one of my buddies got an email from Coinbase. I'll read this real quick, but it says, new Coinbase users may have lost over $46 million to phishing scams in March. One victim reportedly losing 400 Bitcoin, according to Zach XBT.
What happened?
So it's true. It's emails and stuff. My buddy got an email from Coinbase, and it says, and it's good email. When you click on the email, it doesn't look like a spoofed email. It looks like a spoofed email.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
And the name is probably like info@Coinbase at Coinbase.com. Like
something like that. And he texted me, he's like, hey man, how do I make a non-custodial wallet? I got an email from Coinbase. And I said, forward me the email. And I looked at the email, and it's pretty much saying, hey, due to regulations, Coinbase is shutting down, and we need you to make a non-custodial wallet. To give them a link to make a non-custodial wallet. Yeah. And so
just right away though, like you got to know.
Yeah, but normies
just ask ChatGPT, just go to X and say, is Coinbase shutting down? Although X has the worst search engine in history, but like, come on, like we can't fall for that.
Yeah, I get it, but some people do.
I know, but you can't.
They don't know.
Just do a simple Google search. Like Coinbase is not shutting down.
It's because people, we don't get like if you bank with Chase, whatever bank you have, like I don't get emails saying, hey, this is Chase Bank, motherfucker, do this.
We're shutting down.
It's just I get emails from MetaMask, which if you use MetaMask, you don't use your email at all to sign up for them. You know what I mean? And that's why I was wondering, like, we saw that article about like 3 months ago that said like people that are on on these crypto conferences, like they sell like your information to people because they know that prominent crypto people are going to be there. It's interesting, right? But just double and triple check that, and just know that if it sounds fishy, it's probably fishy, bro. But do you feel for people getting wrecked by these things?
I mean, losing 400 Bitcoin.
That's crazy.
I mean,
that's a lot of money, big dog.
You should never harm yourself when you lose money because money comes back. But bro, fucking, if I lost 400 Bitcoin, how much is that worth? 400 times 80K?
Not a lot.
$240 million?
Yeah, something like that.
24 million? I don't know. My math's not working.
A lot.
Long weekend in Miami. And later today, guys, if you want a little roast video, I'm going to be roasting a hotel.
Oh, talk to him.
A hotel that I stayed at. Coach doesn't even know the story, but I'll tell it real quickly. Actually, I'll save it for the video. I want all of you guys to support it and share it. But essentially, I left my baggage, right? I go to check out at 1 p.m. I leave my backpack with the bellman, and I'm staying at a nice resort, right? 5-star resort. So I have some cash in my backpack, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like inside my backpack. It's not like sticking out. It's
Yeah.
inside. You have to open a zipper and then open another zipper to get in there. So I leave it with the bellman because I'm going to go on a little walk and then come back. Go on my walk. I left $2,500 cash in there. Come back, open up my backpack to do some work. The zipper where the cash is open. Money gone. And I'm like, no fucking way. I go talk to a manager. I'm like, yo, your bellman stole my money. Like I wouldn't say that unless I was 1,000% sure. Like I literally took it from the safe, put it into my backpack, zipped it up, double check, triple check. I always triple check, right? Make sure I have my passport, make sure I have my money, leave it with the bellman. And the guy's like, okay, we'll go look at the security footage. Goes, looks at the security footage. He's like, hey, we didn't see anything. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. My money didn't get fucking wings and fly away.
Yeah.
I'm like, my money was in there when I gave it to the bellman. 30 minutes later, I come back, the money's gone. I don't care if the security footage shows it or not. Like if I were going to commit a felony and steal $2,500 from a guest, I probably wouldn't do it under camera.
No.
I would probably be like, wait, so when I go down to the basement to store the baggage, there's an area where there's a blind spot. I would look in it, take it there, right? But anyways, we're going to roast this company because you shouldn't steal.
You know, it's one of those things I was telling Jake, like you need to write like a Yelp review or a Google review because
both.
Do it, yeah. Because
Both.
1 star, tell them exactly what happened.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, I worked at corporate retail for a long time. Employees steal all the time.
Oh yeah.
All the time. And they see a nice bag, they see you probably look like a guy who has money.
Yep.
They're gonna check your shit.
Yep.
They're gonna check.
And it was right there. You know, it was inside, like my bag wasn't like sticking out. And it's a nice hotel, 5-star hotel. So I thought, like, it'd be safe, right? Usually I would put it in my suitcase and I have like a security code in my suitcase that I can lock it up. But I figured it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, I'm going to do a Yelp review, a Google review, and I'm going to make a pretty fire video later today.
That, I've done bad Yelp reviews in places and they DM me like, hey, I am so sorry. Like I went to like a escape room one time and the girl there was just a bitch for, I don't know what, crawled up her, and I'm a nice guy, bro. I'm like super nice. Hey, like I'm nice. I'm not abrasive. I'm not mean. Like do this for me. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Like you know, she's just being a fucking cunt. And I wrote like a review. And the guy reached out. Here's a voucher. Like they want to do anything they can to help you.
I think the video, like a Google review and Yelp review that does because people will check that, right?
A video, yeah.
But a video like on Instagram and X, if you guys will share it for me, we appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll share it for you.
I'm gonna hold your bag, Jake. Yeah. And what's BBB? Write up a complaint on BBB.
Better Business Bureau. Yeah.
Okay.
He responds ASAP. Works like a charm. Done it a few times.
And I don't even care. I mean, it's
no, it's the principle.
It's the principle.
Yeah.
Like it's $2,500. You know, you lose that gambling, you spend that, whatever it is. But it's like the fact that you trust a hotel, nice hotel, and like just the invasion of privacy that someone like goes in and fucking takes your cash. And then like also the fact that they like, oh, we searched the camera, sir. I think like, kind of like insinuating that I was lying about it or like didn't know. And I'm like, look, man, I understand you search the cameras, but there's not a doubt. Like if I even had like a little 0.1% doubt that the money wasn't in there, I wouldn't say anything, right?
Yeah.
But it's not even 100%. It's 1,000% certain that it was in there. The hotel is the Miami Beach edition.
Yep.
So a good hotel.
Yeah. It's crazy. And you wouldn't make some. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like the whole. You hit me up right away. I'm like, oh, that's fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. First off, I would never make that up. Second off, if it was like 99.9% sure, like if there was like a 0.1% chance that it wasn't in the bag, I wouldn't say anything.
Because you packed your shit, you saw it there.
Yeah, I got to the hotel, I put the money in the safe. I didn't touch the cash until I left. I grabbed everything from the safe, I put it in my bag, and I also double and triple checked. Like before I left, I always just to make sure, like, hey, passport, wallet, cash. Okay, it's in there. Hand it off, gone. And the pocket was open too.
Yeah, check this out. So Ape Life says the Better Business Bureau will do a full investigation, which is them independently looking at the cameras. Because I'm telling you, they may say, oh, we see under the cameras. I guarantee you there's a huge blind spot in all that shit. And I guarantee it's not the first time something like that's happened. Unless it's their first. And I guarantee there's a trend. They're going to find the employee who did it or the fucking security team that's probably fucking shady. I've worked at Target and there's been full security teams that were supposed to be there protecting merchandise, stealing merchandise. If you hear about it all the time, it's not like a fucking, hey, I'll give you some, you give me some, you know what I mean? You know, it is what it is. But yeah, dude, go over their heads, man. Cause a ruckus, dude. Fuck that. And you're going to save somebody else money down the road.
Yeah. And look, the security team, I don't want to say they were in on it, but you know, the way that they came out, they're like, so do you want to get the authorities involved? I'm like, look, if I get my money back, I'm happy, you know? And like, it felt something sketchy. And then like when I went up with them to go check the safe again. I knew it wasn't in there. And like one of the bellmen I gave my bag to was just happened to be on the 9th floor where I was staying on before we went in to check to see. It was just something was off. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the security team was involved. I know it was the manager. He was good. He was helpful. But the security team might have been involved. There might have been a blind spot. But all I know is cash was in there. I gave it to the edition. Cash was not in there.
Yeah, huge platforms. Send it.
Yeah, we're gonna send it.
I'm
gonna go for a nice run, get feeling good, and I'm gonna fucking make a roast video. We got nothing else to do today.
No, literally, no. I'm gonna eat, sleep, and then fucking train a little later. But check this out. This is pretty cool. Explaining Bitcoin to an empty room in 2013 when it was worth $100. This is Anthony Yiannopoulos. That's pretty cool.
He's probably so rich right now.
Oh yeah, this is the guy who made the book, Internet of Money book.
He's probably so wealthy.
Yeah, or I think it's Antoine Yiannopoulos. Yeah. I'm out of here, but I thought that was interesting. So
nobody in there. 2013, 4 years old. I mean, that guy with the long hair in the front row, he looks like he's interested.
Hell yeah! Shout out to the Bitcoiners.
He making money.
Yeah, 2013 is crazy. I was 23.
That's crazy. This guy's walking out. You just missed the most important speech of your life, dude.
Yeah, I know.
But you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know.
I mean, back in 2013, no one's heard of Bitcoin. Where was this at? What kind of conference?
Bitcoin conference. I think.
Really?
Yeah, like not like they always show this one like they have the Nashville Bitcoin conference, but this guy.
Crazy, bro.
Andres, is Andres? Yeah, Andres Antonopoulos. My bad. He's not Anthony.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, crypto 88,000. Crypto's still looking good.
Yeah.
Crypto's still looking good. Rodney is spot on. They know who it is. Yep. And Jayhawk, you're not a nice guy, sir. To the guy that stole. Yeah, and karma's a bitch. Karma is a bitch historically. But it sucks when you lose cash. If I lose like $2,500 on meme coin, it's like fuck it. Happens all the time, right? But like losing it in cash stolen from you. It's a different thing. But anyways, we'll drop that. I'll make a video later and we'll get it dialed in.
Yeah.
What other news do we have today? Anything crazy?
No, that's pretty much it. I'd say for like the major news.
Let's see. This is interesting right here. Michael Saylor tweeted, I need even more orange. I think this is like his when they bought. This is MicroStrategy portfolio tracker. I think they own, what did it say, 52 billion now? But you can see he started buying in 2020 at $10,000 per Bitcoin. He was top blasting the top back in 2021, top blasting the top on the way down, buying on the way down. His best buy was probably here, 2022. He was buying quite a bit.
Yeah.
But most of his buys, which is like very interesting to me, have come here in 2024 and 2025 and absolutely top blasting. But my question to you is, does this chart, will this area where he's top blasting look like this in 5-10 years?
I think so.
Right? In terms of like the scale of the chart.
I think so, yeah.
He's up 24%, but interesting take here. I mean, he's up $8 billion, which is not bad, right?
Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all.
Blake says, I love how everyone sucks off Saylor like he's the greatest investor ever. He's up 20% on his investments over the past 6 years, or a whopping 3% a year. Not even outperforming inflation, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, well, Bitcoin's outperforming inflation.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting. Like for a company named MicroStrategy or Strategy, you got to have some strategy. I mean, is it about top blasting or is it more about like buying in at the perfect time?
It's one of those things where if it pays off, you're a genius. And if it doesn't work out, you're a fucking fool. And we saw him on Forbes. We saw Sam Bankman-Fried on Forbes. We saw a lot of people on Forbes. It's like, one of those things,
Yep. These guys, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump to invest in a Bitcoin mining company. So they're getting involved in everything.
Yeah, I talked about that story. Yeah.
They have USD. They have USD. They have a stable coin. They have the Trump meme coin. They have World Liberty Financial. And now they have a Bitcoin mining company. So they're getting it. It seems like they're getting it for the long term.
Yeah. Coinbase listing more. Let me share my screen here. Coinbase listing everything but bread again.
What is Keyboard Cat? I like our clip that we did with Coinbase the other day. That's still kind of where I stand. Fuck them.
Coinbase will add support for Dog and Me and Keyboard Cat, both on the Base network. Do not send these assets over the fucking chain. Your lost transfers of the assets are available in Coinbase exchange and regions where trading is supported. Everything but
Dog
bread.
and Me and Keyboard Cat. I kind of want to see like where they're at. But
I never heard of these guys. I heard of Dog and Me.
We covered it.
I got that Dog and Me. Maybe they're just supporting more small cat based memes, or maybe they're just
Key Cat. I mean, but even after Coinbase listing, damn, it kind of did pump. $60 million market cap, and it's been around for a while. Key Cat looks like a good meme though. I can't even hate on it. Look at this. Looks kind of funny.
That's Keyboard Cat. It's old OG meme.
Congrats to them,
it's
man.
Like
but yeah, I mean, are they going to list Brett? Officially licensed on Base, simply tapping on chain. How about a Coinbase listing? Congrats to them. Pretty legendary for them. But yeah, what's up with that, man? Not listing Brett, $300+ million market cap, the number one token on Base is It's almost like they're trolling at this point.
Yeah, check out Dog in Me. Let me see. I want to see that one.
Dog in Me had a nice little
I
pump.
got that dog in me. Yeah.
Dog in Me. 32%, 80 million on the market cap. So looking strong.
You know what it feels like to me right now? Everyone's like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get on these. Let's get on these tokens. Let's get in there, get in, get rich, and get out. It seems like everyone is doing that now. Everyone's listing everything fucking willy-nilly now.
Yeah, trenches are absolutely
Cooked, right?
Cooked. Trenches. I mean, I haven't been in the trenches since Libra, and I'm not even sure how are the trenches? They got to be cooked right now.
Cooked.
There's got to be no runners.
I mean, there are runners. It's just they're hard to find. Like even some people that we look up to, like they always talk about their runners, but you look at some of the other shit that doesn't do well. It's like, okay, well, it's like 1 out of every 10 that do well.
Yeah,
if you got the money for it, fine.
I was talking to a kid in Miami this weekend. He's like, "Yeah, I got into the meme coin space in February."
Ooh,
and I was like, "Bro, like it's the trenches were a lot better 8 to 10 months ago, but if you get in February, it's like you're gonna hate crypto forever."
Yeah,
he's like, "It didn't turn out well." I think that's what most people got into. I think retail investors got to be a little bit
right, yeah,
a little scared.
Yeah, a lot of people must fucking. Can you imagine buying Dave Portnoy's coin?
Which one
at the top?
All three
are getting in the crypto. Yeah,
Greed 1, Greed 2, or Greed 3.
It's crazy.
Also, what was the one that he did? Jail Stool.
Yeah, Jail Stool. Yeah.
Fucking David Goldstein was all. I think David Goldstein probably lost a lot of money on that. I saw him hosting.
He made money, bro. Hell no, he's not stupid.
He was hosting the Jail Stool spaces. Look at this. How's it look? Come back. Absolute rugged.
Oh, no way. God damn.
And is it still linked to his Twitter account? Yeah, still linked to his Twitter account. Absolutely rugged. He's still doing, and Kraken's still sponsoring him.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, the centralized exchanges don't care anymore. They just don't. But I think the trend is they're cooked now, but they'll be back. They'll be back.
Crypto will be back. The trenches live on Axiom Trade. Prit sold daily. Dink memes. 420 billion market cap. If you ever need a smile, Jake, especially during the bad times, just glance over Rodney and be glad you'll never be that ugly. You're right, man. Rodney's looking good. Rodney's got a fresh fade, having fun, getting after it,
getting in shape again. Fucking fun.
That bicep. He was in the gym this morning when I woke up. You texted me like 5 a.m.
Like, I was up at 4 a.m.
Really?
Got up at 4 a.m.
I was sleeping. I needed it. It was a long weekend in
Miami.
Miami.
I was tweaking.
I honestly can't believe I'm streaming today. It was a long weekend in Miami Music Week.
You had fun.
I had a lot of fun. Yeah. It was a good time, but I definitely feel the effects. I'm glad I live in Tampa.
Yeah,
not Miami.
Not a bad place to live. Yeah, I was straight. I've been. It's literally staying inside and training. I just want to get so good at jiu-jitsu. I just want to strangle coach. Strangle.
Will it happen?
No, probably. Yeah.
Are we still sick?
Eventually, it'll happen.
Are you still sick?
I'll strangle coach eventually. For sure.
Where's Coach Ham?
For sure.
Are you still sick or no?
Too big. You didn't strangle me.
You didn't do shit.
Oh, hey, let's roll right now, then, bitch. Want to roll right now? All right, sick. All right, cool. We're gonna roll right now.
Jake ignored us on his post about loudest community. I didn't see it. I looked through the tweets. I didn't see it. I'm not flag says I'm not changing the subject. What are you talking about? I didn't see your comments. I love 4 a.m. days. I hate them. We did an ice bath today though.
I went to bed at 9 though. So
as long as you get your sleep. You wearing your Oura ring?
No.
You're over it?
I don't like it. Yeah.
Why?
One, I can't grapple with it, so I keep taking it off. And two, it's just like it's only good for sleep. The step counter is good, but everything else is ass. Like the heart rate monitor is not accurate. Yeah, I still have it though. I might use it for sleep in the future, but the biggest thing is I can't grapple with it. And even lifting weights is hard too because like it just the bar fucks it up.
Yeah.
So I kind of every form of exercise I do is just like fucking it up.
Yeah. Here's an interesting take from Pomp. If you're selling stocks because of tariffs, you probably don't understand how tariffs works. And then a bot replied, or a parody account, explain tariffs to me like I was 5. Good for America and good for American companies. I agree with this. Good for American companies because if I were to go out and buy a car right now, I would probably buy an American company.
It's the short-term pain that people are fucking freaking out.
It's a lot of pain though.
Yeah.
It's definitely not fun.
Yeah. No, definitely not. Yeah.
So tariffs are cooking the markets, but Pomp agrees they're good for America and good for American companies. Hopefully April is more bullish for crypto guys. Remember, April Fool's Day is tomorrow. Don't get pranked.
We're not going to prank anybody, are we?
We're not going to prank. We actually had one fucking phenomenal prank not long ago, a couple years ago. Yeah, and that was a really, really good prank.
Yeah.
Let's see. Peace loves the biceps. Peace is a lady. We know that now. And I think it's a good place to wrap it up, guys. We'll be live all week, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big week for crypto.
Yeah, big week.
A lot of things to keep our eyes on. So we'll be back tomorrow, guys. We appreciate you, and we'll see you then.
All right, peace.
Peace.